Hello and welcome to a bonus edition of Cracking the Cryptic. Some of you ask me what's my daily puzzle regime, and I've actually it's increased recently, believe it or not. I mean, I do a lot of puzzles every day. I do the Times crossword, I do all the LinkedIn puzzles, the Times quick cryptic, gridograms. Anyway, one of the things I've added are these Thinky dailies. And I've been meaning to make this video for a while. Thinky Games is a site on the internet where you can find out lots of information about puzzle activity in general. They've been kind enough, in fact, we are nominated for an award for last year for the best streamer. I mean, it's so ridiculous. But please vote for us. If you're watching this video and you like our content, please do vote for us. Just go over to Thinky Games, and I'll try and put a link under the video. But at the start of December, Thinky Games started producing these things called Thinky Dailies. And they asked if we'd like to have a look at it. And I said, I'll have a look at it. And I did. And I did that, and I'll be perfectly honest, I did that with few expectations. And my expectations have been blown out of the water. Because every day there is a new puzzle, and you can see that, I mean, these are some of the puzzles. Hopefully you're seeing as I scroll through. I meant to make this video weeks ago. We're now at number 52. But the thing there are many things that are wonderful about this, and I want to just talk to you about some of them and encourage you to go there and try these puzzles. The first thing is the artwork. Each of the puzzles comes, I mean, if we click this one, for example, yeah, I've done the puzzle, so I will have to. Oh, hang on! I was hoping it might let me restart. Will it let me restart? Maybe it will. Oh, I can restart. Yeah, there we go. So I can restart. So the first thing to note is that artwork that we saw on the front page. The second thing to note. Let me just see that you can see the puzzle on my screen. You can. That's great. The second thing to note is who is making these puzzles. You can see this one is by Serkan Yürekli, who is one of the world's best puzzle makers. You'll see other names when we go back to the menu. Murat Tonta is one of them. In fact, let's go back, and because isn't Jin Huan one as well? Jin Huan, David Staffel. These are Martin Ender. These are people known in the puzzle world as being a great Prasanna, as being great puzzle setters. So Thinky Games have done this properly. They've actually gone out and they've got proper excellent puzzle makers to make the puzzles. Now they could still mess it up at that point because the interface could be bad. But this interface is absolutely world class. It's brilliant. So this is a numberlink puzzle. So the idea of numberlink, and it gives you a little bit of a background. It says popularized by Nikoli, the Japanese puzzle maker. It gives you some beautiful instructions. And my face might be obscuring them. But it's exactly how you'd hope it would work. It's sort of a drag and drop. And you can see, look at the way even the graphics just look absolutely lovely, don't they? Now I will do a couple of the puzzles just because why not? That 3 looks like it's going to go up there, although that's going to make the 9 very difficult to fulfill, isn't it? Although maybe not. Maybe we can do this like that. This is probably right. I mean, I've done it before, so this isn't impressive solving at all, but you can see, you can sort of go through, and it says, and it gives you a little bit of a puzzle solved in, but fundamentally, just well done to Thinky Games, because this is, how do I go back to the menu? I'm just so impressed, with the quality of the puzzles, and that's the result of who they've got making the puzzles. The artwork is lovely, and the interface is also good. And you get a new puzzle every day. Let's do this one. What's this? A 1-star battle. So this is similar to that game on LinkedIn at the moment. So I think that one's probably. I would much rather if I... Oh, no, and I can just right-click. I was going to say what I would like to do here is to sort of be able to see what I'd actually managed to eliminate, but actually it looks like I can. That one's going to be one, that one's going to be one, and presumably that one's going to be one. And there we go. So it's, again, just very enjoyable. It doesn't take long. Let's see if they've got a harder one that's... What's this one by Murat? 3 puzzle pieces. Windows. That's not a puzzle that I know much about. Let's try a different one. Stepping on a puzzle. Let's try and... What's that one? Oh, Nurikabe. Let's do a Nurikabe. Another, and it says Nurikabe, a Japanese, again, popularized by Nikoli. So Nurikabe, we did Nurikabe World as a stream actually, so this is a nice thing to do. So this is the one where you have to connect all of the yellow squares together orthogonally, and let's just see how we're going to do that. Yeah, some of these are a bit more tricky because we have to avoid having a 2x2 of yellow. So for example, I can now see this 4 has to get to the bottom left hand corner somehow because the 5 won't reach it. Similarly, I think this 4 will have to get to the top right hand corner. This 2x2 will have to be interrupted somehow, and I think it's going to have to be interrupted there. And because this yellow has to get out, we now know that it will go out around that corner like that. So this isn't absolutely straightforward Nurikabe. I think we've got the same thing going on there, haven't we? It's the same idea around that side. And now probably what we're going to need to do is to think about where this 5 can go. Now, if the 5 doesn't go to the bottom row, it will get shut in like that, and this yellow will be trapped. So we know the 5 goes to the bottom row, and if it goes to the bottom row, it must go to this cell, because otherwise that's going to get locked in. So we can do that, we can do that. Now, it might be a bit more tricky to see. If I was doing this, I would start sketching in possibilities here, but I don't want to do that. I want to try and do it a bit logically. So, where should we look next? Well, one thing we could do is note that this 2x2 has to be interrupted. So I think that 3 has to do that. That's going to give us this one and that one. Now the 4 is finished. Now avoid a 2x2 there. And you can see, I think, that we're going to have to do that. That's a lovely puzzle, actually. That's a lovely puzzle. Look at that. It didn't take long. It took longer than 45 seconds, didn't it? Well, I don't know. But it didn't take long. But did we have fun? Yes, we did. Was it beautiful to look at? Yes, it was. And, and it wasn't totally trivial. And yeah, so I'm really, really impressed with this. And as you can see, I'm not talking nonsense here. I've done 52 of these so far, and in an hour and 5 minutes, I'm going to do another one. So definitely get involved. It doesn't cost anything. You could just go there, and it's there for you. So I'll try and remember to put a link under the video. Spread the word about these these pots of puzzles hidden on the internet that are really, really worth your attention, in my opinion. And check them out. And yeah, we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.